Hi, thank you for your question. Once again, I gotta do my disclaimer in case anyone is new. Hi, my name's MJ. I'm a trans man. I've had top surgery. I chose to leave fat because I am fat. I felt like it went better with my build because I got a gut. So in the previous video, I talked about how, like, obviously my tattoos are very bad. They're unprofessional. I did them myself, 0 out of 10, not recommended. I did the majority of my tattoos about 10 years ago, maybe 11. When I started doing my tattoos, I actually hadn't started my medical transition yet. And I found myself in more than one situation that was really uncomfortable and sometimes dangerous. People would look at me and immediately clock me as either a masculine lesbian or a trans man who doesn't pass. Covering myself in scratcher tattoos, like, obviously, like, you know, as I said, like, if anyone knows anybody that's been to prison, the artwork is amazing, but the general public, they do not know that. They see tattoos that they deem as like basement or jailhouse tattoos, automatically they assume you serve time, and it did make people leave me alone. I mean, now people recognize me and, like, it's fine. People are so kind and so nice. This was a long time ago though. So I actually had quite a bit of tattoos for a woman back then. Nowadays, no, definitely not now. But back then I did. This was probably like when I started getting tattoos professionally, it would have been maybe like 15 years ago, I think. You know, it was actually pretty rare to see a woman with a hand tattoo. Like, I knew one girl with knuckle tattoos and I was like, oh my god, so badass, you know what I mean? Most of my tattoos back then were professional, except when I was about 14 years old. And like, I don't, maybe I shouldn't go into details because, like, oh my god, you gotta be so careful on here. But I gave myself a tattoo first when actually three, when I was 13 years old. I can show you them. I still have some of them. That is one of them. I also have like a heart on my ankle that was covered up. I also have on my leg, this is a cover up, a rose and then a quote. I remember my parents losing their shit when they found out that, like, I gave myself a tattoo. Actually, three tattoos, but they only found out about one. And now I look back and it's crazy because I'm like, oh my god, like, you know, I have a son who's going into middle school, and it's like, imagine if he gave himself a tattoo. I'd be like, what the hell? Like, you know, so it's wild to think about now.